Well, hey guys, so thank you very much for tuning in to the teacher version of the paper cuts activity that we explored in the video below. Now, if you haven't actually checked it out yet, make sure you click on the link below and watch that before coming to this. But otherwise, let's go check it out. Well, hey guys, my name is Tom and I'm actually a maths teacher myself, and I've used these activities a number of times with my students in my class. And what we're going to talk about is the ways in which you can go through and extend these activities, because I've found when I've run the first style of them, the original ones, that students after a while start to get their head around it and find it quite easy. So of course you can always take this to the next level and make it a little bit more challenging for them. So that's what this video is all about. Now, if we go through, what you can do to make it harder initially is you can essentially just make a fold like you've got there, and what you can do is you can actually do a rotation. Now, the reason this is harder is because, of course, the piece of paper or the rectangle that students will have drawn out is like this, but of course if you make a rotation, students then have to unfold it in their head and then rotate it as well. So if I make two cuts, like you can see here, 1 and 2, now their rectangle is going horizontally like you can see there, but of course what they're doing in their head is they're having to open it up and then rotate the image like that as well. So that's quite a fair bit more challenging too. Now the other extension that I've used with this activity before is to make two folds. So you could go here and you could make one fold there like this, and you could then make another fold here like this. So we've got now two axes of symmetry that are happening, which makes it, of course, a fair bit more challenging. So if I go here and I make one cut, sorry, like that, and I make a second cut like this, you can automatically see students, when you show them, going, oh, and trying to open it up and then open it up again, which is a fair bit more challenging because there's two steps now that they've got to reflect it across, or two axes of symmetry. So of course, when I open it up, it's going to look like 1 and then 2. So it's going to be a little bit more challenging for them to go through and do. And then finally, the last little bit that I use to go through and extend this activity is to start bringing in some more terminology. So for example, you've got your axes of symmetry that you can see here that I've talked about as well, and you can use the terminology reflections. But the other thing you could get students to think about is your X and your Y axis. And if once students start to think about this, they'll think about, well, how a graph's being reflected and things like that, which actually applies to some higher end skills that you'll come across later on in schooling. So as you can see, guys, there are a number of ways that you can go through and extend this activity for your students. Now, of course, you can make sure that you check in for the next video, which will be another skill, another activity that I've used with my classes before. And all of these activities are all about making them fun and engaging for the students. So make sure, if you want, click on the video here or click on the link here, and that will take you to the next video. Otherwise, make sure you press like if you've enjoyed this video, or write a comment for another activity that I could go through and explore later on. Otherwise, press subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and you can get all these videos coming through to you as they're made. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. My name's been Tom Moore, and I've loved having you on board.